In today's video, you will see an ocean export workflow. We're going to begin in the ocean export module, first column, workflow process steps. We're going to begin with a booking. We'll go ahead and open the booking list screen where we can create a copy of a similar shipment or start from new. Once the system opens the new record entry screen, you're going to enter the minimum required information, which would be booking number, origin, and destination. Hopefully you have a carrier by this stage. Fill out as much information as you can on the booking entry to avoid having to enter the information later down the road. If you do not have all the information for the booking at the time you need to begin the process, that's all right. You can enter it at a later point in time. Let's go ahead and begin filling out our booking. First, we're going to start by entering our booking number. This is typically the carrier's booking number as proof of your reservation. Then, if you started off your booking process or your shipment process with a quote, feel free to enter the quote number or select it from the list, and the system will populate all the information from the quote onto your booking. Next, you'll need to decide whether this is going to be a direct shipment or a consolidation shipment. For today, I'm going to show you the consolidation, which means we will have a master and one or multiple houses. For direct shipments, it is single consignee only. That means you will have one bill of lading, or in air, one airway bill. Okay. Shipment number is LogiSuite's internal file reference for the shipment. This reference number is very important, especially when it comes to consolidations. That is what will marry the master to the houses. Okay, this shipment number will be generated automatically by the system in sequential order. Next, we'll go ahead and start off with our origin port. Notice that when I enter a port, the system will display a list of matching results, if any. Okay, if there's a booking agent applicable, you may select it. If not, continue to the information that you already have. Okay, agent departure and arrival dates. We'll go ahead and fill something out there as an example. And you can also declare cutoff dates for the cargo and cutoff dates for the documentation as well. Service forwarding agent, and at this point all you need to do for an ocean booking is declare how many containers and the size they will be. So we will go ahead and select our equipment type. If you know any other information regards to your booking, feel free to fill it out. If not, all you need at this stage is the equipment type. So we'll go ahead and click OK there. If you have any additional containers, feel free to add them or duplicate the first line item. Next on the booking, you have some additional information like charges details, loading ports, booking instructions, and comments. But for now, we have what we need to go ahead and continue. Once I save my booking, my shipment number is generated for me automatically. At this point, I can print out a booking confirmation, send it to my customer, agent, or carrier, whatever need be. The next step in the ocean export process is to create a loading guide. So instead of going back to the main menu and starting from scratch, we'll go ahead and use the quick access icon within the booking entry to create our cargo loader. Once I click on that icon, my booking status changes from open to in process. And then the system will open my loading guide screen with all of my previously entered information transferred over. So here you have your booking number, your shipment number. This is a consolidation, and my shipment details that were transferred. Now I'm going to open up my container and click Load Warehouse Receipts. If at this point I already know my equipment number, it's probably a good idea to type it in. If not, I can save that for the bill of lading stage. Once you click Load Warehouse Receipts, the system will prompt the warehouse linking screen. Here's where you'll be able to load warehouse receipts into this container, either searching by warehouse number, which you see here at the top, by consignee, destination port, or any one of these filters you see here. Now notice the system did bring over some warehouse receipts for me. Reason being is because I am doing a loading guide for Houston Port, as you see back here in the background, and all of these warehouse receipts have that destination assigned to them, so it is already preloading possible options. I'm going to go ahead and load one warehouse receipt from my sample consignee and two from my other consignee here. Now if I display the plus sign, I'm able to partially pick goods out of my warehouse inventory. Let's say the customer would like for half of the boxes in this warehouse receipt to stay behind and go on the next shipment. I simply uncheck them and they remain on hand. The two that are selected will be off my inventory report. Once I've selected my desired warehouse receipts, the system will give me a total warehouse receipt and total items linked, as well as cubic and weight. We'll go ahead and click link to continue. And now my warehouse receipts have been loaded into my container on my loading guide. When I click OK, I now have the information displayed. I can add a second container at this point if I need to and load it in the same fashion. If I made a mistake and I need to delete a warehouse, I can simply delete it from here and it will go back to a status of available or on hand. Once you've completed filling out the loading guide, print your documentation, loading guide or pick list to send to the warehouse personnel so they know what to start picking to prepare for this shipment. The next step in the loading guide process is to create the bill of ladings. Since I have a consolidation shipment selected, I now have a house and master icons. If this was a direct shipment, notice that now the icon goes to create direct bill of lading. Let's go ahead and click on create houses. At this point, I'm going to select all my warehouse receipts, but I need to tell my system how I'm going to generate them first. So I would like for my house airway bills to be generated by consignee. One house with both of these warehouse receipts for this consignee and one for this one. If I want to create one house by warehouse receipt, I can simply select that option and I will have 3 house airway bills generated. Sticking with my by consignee option, we'll select all and click on generate shipment. If you'd like to transfer any unbilled charges from the warehouse receipts, you're able to do so you can bill your customer from a single standpoint at the end of the shipping process. Once the system generates my bill of ladings in just a moment, they will appear for me in list form. Notice that not only the system created both my house airway bills for both, bill of ladings for both my consignees, but I also have a master bill of lading generated for me. So at this point, all I need to do is go into each record, fill out any remaining information, and print out the necessary documents. Here's my house bill of lading with all my information filled out down to the warehouse items and the container they are loaded on. To the left, you have quick access of every transaction related to the one you have open, down to the warehouse receipt and the number of pieces. At any time, you can double click on any one of these references to open up that transaction. Once you've completed this entry, save and close, and you can go on to the next one. Same process with the other house and the master as well. You can print out the documentation from each one, print out, make attachments, print out the shipping labels, invoice them, and go through any of the tasks available to you from the Ocean Export Bill of Lading, such as send your SCD to ACE, create a delivery or pickup order, file your VGM, and once you save and close, you're done. If you have your customer set up for automatic email notifications, the system will always ask you if you want to send it out before closing your record. Once you've completed your shipment, you can come to the test icon, click on Close Shipment, or update the tracking status as needed. Once it's completely invoiced, delivered, said, and done, tasks, accounting, and post. Okay, that will transfer your invoices to the accounting module and close out your shipment if you hadn't done so already.